We begin tonight with a shocking report. More Coloradans died on roadways last year than any other in the last 40 years.
The numbers are truly alarming, Shannon. The Colorado Department of Transportation says 745 people were killed in 2022. That's the most roadway deaths since 1981.
And for one Westminster mother, the grief of losing her son in a car crash last year has turned into a mission to prevent other families from experiencing such tragedy.
Denver 7's Colette Bordelon has the story you all should hear.
We put them up at Christmas and we're getting ready to do Valentine's Day.
The decorations wrapping around this pole at 98th and Federal.
We're going on 10 months.
A reminder of what still doesn't feel real for Renee Lund.
I see him, I see his face, and that makes us feel a little better. I don't know how you feel better.
She sees her 19-year-old son, Tanner.
And he has your eyes.
And my blue eyes, and my baby. In the blink of an eye, he was gone.
What was he like?
He made an impact on the littlest kid to the oldest adult, and he's missed. We miss him.
On a Saturday afternoon in March of last year, Tanner was taken away.
He turned on a left green light, and as he was turning, someone barreled through the red light and smashed into him and wrapped him around this pole here.
The suspect in the case faces vehicular homicide charges, 2 counts for reckless driving and 1 count for DUI.
They've been really tight-lipped about everything, but I do know alcohol was involved.
In Colorado, almost 300 people died as a result of impaired driving last year. That's almost a 60% increase from 2019.
It's terrifying that there's people out there driving all day impaired in some way that we don't even know about.
One reason Renee shares her son's story.
We have some serious issues with DUI deaths, and I want to try to make a difference.
While making sure Tanner is never forgotten.
And I want to keep carrying on that light of his, somehow.
Handing out these hearts.
Something small out of this tragedy.
Like the decorations, reminders that still don't feel real.
I'm missing a friend, I'm missing my son, I'm missing everything with him.
But reminders she hopes drivers take to heart.
Just not getting to say goodbye is the hardest part.
Colette, mom to mom, I mean, I can't imagine what she's going through. And I know a lot of people watching this are thinking, well, what can be done? And Colette, there are several efforts to try and catch impaired drivers in Colorado, but you learned about a new policy push today.
Yeah, that's right, Jessica. CDOT tells me there's 16 police officers from agencies all across the state that are finishing up training as we speak to get a special certification to allow them to better identify what kind of substances someone may have been on before getting behind the wheel. Those with CDOT also tell me that around 40% of people with DUIs, they were on more than one substance at the time. In Denver tonight, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
It's terrifying. All right, Colette, thank you. And for some perspective here, traffic crashes, the #1 cause of preventable death for American teenagers, according to the National Safety Council. Now, looking closer, I spent some time this evening digging into the latest data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, which found the number of teens killed in traffic incidents went up nearly 16% from 2019 to 2020. They estimate the total number of deaths among teenagers was 2,738 in 2020. That's about 7 deaths every single day.
Unbelievable. And going even deeper now, state lawmakers are considering a bill to raise the minimum requirements for young drivers to be eligible to obtain a license. The bill creates tax credits for those who pay for a driver's education course for a minor. It also requires drivers who are 18 and younger to complete a 30-hour education course and have at least 6 hours of training behind the wheel with an instructor. Currently, 16 to 18-year-olds have no such requirement.
We require a lot of education for 15-year-olds, and then less for 16-year-olds, less for 17, and even less for 18. We're basically incentivizing people to wait to get their license and not get the education.
So this bill has bipartisan support, and AAA says it will put Colorado in line with other states and could result in lower car insurance rates.
And if you want to learn more about what's behind these traffic deaths in Colorado, our Denver 7 digital team is taking an in-depth look at this data, what's changed over the years, where the most accidents happen. You can find all that out right now on denver7.com.